What's up, fellas? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be doing a video on rinseless wash. What rinseless wash I use and the procedures that I use to maintain my vehicle while doing a rinseless wash. Again, these are just my techniques and how I get stuff done. So let's just jump right into it. What are we going to be using today? So today we're going to be using Optimum's wash and wax. This is a phenomenal product. This is what I would consider the best rinseless wash on the market today. You know, of course, Optimum has its regular Optimum rinseless wash. And what I think this is a combination of the original no rinse and Optimum's car wax. So whereas the original doesn't have carnauba wax in it, wash and wax does. And I find it to work superior, great lubricity, cleans my car phenomenally without scratches. I do, however, still use the car wax as my drying aid during the drying process. So what will we be using? What do we need? Now, Optimum recommends that you use a 1 bucket wash, which is really all you need. But I use 2 buckets because I do my wheels and tires as well. So I use a bucket, my wheel bucket for my wheels and tires. And then I also have a dedicated rinseless wash bucket that I use. So what's in here? I use the big red sponge. I know some guys don't think this is a great option, but I've had no issues with this. Ivan LaCroix and Dr. G over at Optimum has done some extensive research, and they've come up with this product, and I believe in it. I believe in Optimum. This product has not scratched my car. I know a lot of guys think, oh yeah, it's, you know, using a sponge on the car is an absolute no-no. But for me, I have not had any issues using the sponge. So big red sponge, my grit guard, and I also have this spray bottle, this pump pressurized spray bottle, and I'll show you why and how I use this during the wash process. So like I said, I use 2 buckets, so let's go ahead and get both of these buckets filled up. That turned off because we're not using the pressure washer today. So I'll go ahead and fill up both of these buckets and bring you guys back when these buckets are filled. So what are we doing? What do we have here? So we have our 2 buckets. I do a standard 2 bucket wash, even though you really only need 1 bucket to do a rinseless wash. I use 2. I have them available, so I use it. You don't need to do it, but like I said, this is what I do when I do my rinseless washes. So I have about 4 gallons of water in each bucket. I've put 2 ounces because there's 1 ounce. You use 1 ounce per 2 gallons of ONR. You really don't need any more product than that. 2 ounces, 1 ounce per 2 gallons, right? 256 to 1 ratio. So I went ahead and added my ONR wash and wax to my wheel bucket, and I have 2 ounces of ONR in here. So I'll go ahead and add that. out of there. I'll go ahead and add that to my wash bucket. All right. I'll go ahead and take my big red sponge and submerge that in the bucket. Get that soaked up real nice. Let that absorb all of the ONR, wash and wax, and then my spray bottle. So what I like to do as well is take my spray bottle and I fill that up with ONR. All right. And you guys will see where this comes into play momentarily. Go ahead and insert my grit guard, and we are ready to wash. Let's go ahead and jump over to the car and I'll show you guys what I do. What is a rinseless wash, you ask? Well, a rinseless wash is just a technique. Well, it's just that. It's a rinseless wash. It's a safe and effective way to wash your car without having to rinse your car. You're not using a soap. You're not using your standard 2-bucket wash method or 3-bucket wash method if you consider your wheel bucket. But and the key word here is safe and effective way to clean your car. To me, Optimum Wash and Wax is just as safe to me as using shampoo on your car without having the headache of having to, or not the headache, but without having to rinse your car. When would you use it? For me, I use rinseless wash after I've driven my car for a couple days. When my car is not heavily soiled, I'll use a rinseless wash. My car has been dirty. Of course it has, because I drive it. And I've still used a rinseless wash. And I've used a rinseless wash without producing any scratches on my paint surface. People that would use it, people that live in drought tolerant areas are great candidates for rinseless washes. When you don't feel like being outside in the sun, you can use a rinseless wash in your garage, right? People that live in apartments, it's a great effective way to maintain your vehicle's paint without having access to free-flowing water. Because if you were in an apartment, you would still be able to fill your 5-gallon bucket with water, add 2 ounces or 4 gallons of water, 2 ounces of ONR, wash and wax, and bring that bucket from your apartment to your vehicle and safely do a rinseless wash. So what's my technique for doing a rinseless wash? So as you guys have seen, I've loaded this spray bottle, pressurized bottle, with ONR wash and wax. This is not something that you have to use. If you don't have one, it's fine. You can use ONR straight out of the bottle, straight out of the bucket, and get the same results. But for me, I just feel like this is a part of my routine that gives the product a minute to dwell and really lift that dirt and start emulsifying that dirt. Because what will happen is ONR will grab that dirt and it will suspend that dirt in the ONR polymers or the molecules of the ONR. And when you go ahead and wash it, it'll safely remove that dirt, because it, to me, adds a protective layer against the dirt. So it brings the dirt off the surface of your car and suspends it in the ONR solution. You wash it off, wring out your big red sponge. You got a clean surface. So and my car is wet right now because it's been raining. I got caught out in the rain and I wanted to clean the car. So I pulled it in the garage, and so I'm gonna clean the car today. Normally I would start at the top and work my way down, but I wanted to get a better angle so that you guys could see exactly what it is that I'm doing. So what I normally do is spray the car, because like I said, normally my car is dry. So I'll spray it with the ONR solution. While that's sitting, right, it's reacting and it's lifting the dirt off my car. It's suspending the dirt at that point, right? I'm not in a big rush right now because my car, and you can use it in direct sunlight. You won't have any problems with that either, because ONR will not water spot your car. It actually reacts with the water and makes the water soft water, pretty much like a deionized water. At one time, I used to use 4 gallons of deionized water or distilled water when I did my rinseless washes, but ONR does that, so it was kind of a waste of product to me. So I stopped doing that. But the ONR has been sitting on the car for a minute. I'll go ahead and grab my big red sponge and wring the majority of the water out of that sponge. And I'll place it on the car and lightly go over the car, right? Lightly. Hopefully you guys can see the reaction right now that's happening on the car. It's totally lifting the dirt off of my car. Now I'll throw that back in the bucket and rub that on the grit guard that's in the bucket, and it will release the dirt. This is a Geon towel. So what I do is take one spray, spray it on my towel to add some extra lubricity, and one spray of Optimum car wax on the car. This is my drying aid. I take that towel and I place it right on the wax that I just sprayed on the car, and I go ahead and start drying the car. Right? And like I said, safe, safe, safe. I'm not worried about the car water spotting. Even if I was outside, I wouldn't be worried about the car water spotting, because the wax that I just sprayed on the car in combination with the ONR, the car won't water spot. So that is how I ONR or rinseless wash the car. I'm gonna go ahead and move around the car, and I'll bring you guys back when I do my wheels and tires. So let me jump on this and I'll be back with you guys in a minute. right, guys, we're back. I'm out of frame. I'm out of the camera because you guys really don't need to see me for this part. But we're going to do wheels and tires. Now, some people would have you believe that you cannot clean your car as good using a rinseless wash method and technique as you can free-flowing water. And I tend to disagree with that. I think you have to sometimes think outside the box and come up and develop your own techniques to doing stuff. So I have you guys kind of zoomed in on this wheel and tire here, and that is where this pressurized spray bottle comes into play, right? So you guys know that it is filled with Optimum no rinse wash and wax. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pump this up and pressurize it. But this is, now my car is washed. I've done the whole car. So now we're on to wheels and tires, which normally in our standard 2-bucket wash, we would do that first. We would first do wheels and tires, but when I do a rinseless wash, my tires and wheels are the last thing that I do. So here is what I use. So what I'll go ahead and do, and here's another Optimum product. This is Power Clean. This is diluted 3-to-1 Power Clean. So let's go ahead and shake this bottle up. I'll go ahead and do the same thing, right? I'll rinse my wheels and tires liberally with ONR wash and wax. Then I'll go ahead, like I would normally do if I was doing my 2-bucket wash. I would use ONR's Power Clean. Let that dwell for a few seconds. All right. I'm now using my wheel brush and wheel bucket. So I'll go in here with my easy detail wheel brush. Clean my wheel wells. My wheel wells are clean. All right. Take my Tough Shine tire brush and go ahead and scrub these tires. All right. Easy detail brush. All right. Get behind these calipers. This is my wash mitt that you guys have seen so many times before. And I'll get these faces of my wheels. All right. Now, those wheels are clean. And so here's where this comes into play. So now I'll go ahead and use this pressurized spray bottle like as if I were using free-flowing water to go ahead and rinse my wheel wells and my tires. That's clean. So, like I said, I would argue the fact is, like I said, some people will say that you can't clean your car as well using a rinseless wash as you can a 2-bucket method. I disagree with that. So I have my black microfiber towels, and you can use spray wax on your wheels and tires as well. So I went ahead and grabbed my Optimum car wax, and I'll just do the same thing. Give it one squirt across the wheels. Black microfiber towel. Get in here. Dry these wheels and protect these wheels at the same time. Now, like I said, as you can see, those wheels and tires are just as clean as they would be during a standard 2-bucket wash. So don't believe the hype, guys. You can clean your car just as well with a rinseless wash as you can with your standard 2-bucket wash, and just as safe. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and wrap up the video. I hope you enjoyed it today. Again, that was my rinseless wash procedure using Optimum's no rinse wash and wax. Let's just do a little recap. We use Optimum's no rinse wash and wax to rinseless wash our car. We use Optimum car wax as a drying aid. We use Optimum Power Clean in combination with ONR to do our wheels and tires. And yeah, we have, as you guys can see, the car is amazing. It's clean. It's just as clean as it is when I do my 2-bucket or 3-bucket maintenance wash. The car is amazing, clean, protected, easy. Probably took me 45 minutes to do it. You know, probably could have finished up a little faster, but trying to move the camera around and get those angles and stuff, you know, takes a little bit of time as well. But overall, like I said, the car is tits. It's clean, and it just is a testament to Dr. G over at Optimum and Ivan LaCroix over at Optimum. I mean, the whole Optimum team. You know, they make phenomenal products. This is not a Optimum sponsored video. This is just me sharing with you guys my rinseless wash techniques and the products that I use. And like I said, I think they're amazing. So I think if I like them and I'm getting the results that I get, then I'm sure you guys will like them too and get the same results. So like I said, in closing, don't believe the hype, the bad hype. You can safely and effectively wash your car and get it as clean as you can. This is my opinion, as clean as you can using a 3-bucket wash method. Take your time, use a little common sense, and you can get it done. So I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys on the next video. All right.